For over 40 years, Eastern Michigan's forensics team has brought pride to the city of Ypsilanti. We sat down with Dr. Nick Romerhausen, Director of Forensics at EMU, to learn more.
Forensics competitions are competitions that have been around for a really long time, but as a Greek word, forensic means of the court. And so forensic speeches were kinds of speeches that you might think that people were giving, where you have two parties who have to advocate for themselves, and whoever says it in the best way, whoever has it aesthetically look the best and has their message have the most substance, either to a jury or to a magistrate, would be declared the person who was most truthful. But the modern day forensics that we know would include students who are competing in public speaking areas of competition as well as interpretive reading areas of competition. In the public speaking areas, you have students that are competing in limited preparation speaking events, so impromptu speaking with little to no preparation, extemporaneous speaking with some, and then things you might remember from like a speech class, persuasive in speaking and informative speaking, after dinner speaking, which is a kind of special occasion speech with humor, and poetry readings, readings of prose and narratives, dramatic scripts that could be a solo performance or a duo performance. Students will go and they compete. Tournaments could have just a few students that are competing in an event, like 10 maybe, and some tournaments have as many as 100 or 200. We are then saying, if we put different persuasive speeches next to each other, if we put different poetry programs next to each other, at the end of that, the competition is telling us whose message mattered the most, whose message seemed most truthful at the time. The team that we know is kind of the modern day program. That team started in 1970. We've won 10 national championships, and at the largest national tournament that we have that has the most students that attend, it's the National Forensic Association National Tournament. EMU has consistently finished with a place of 10th or better and has never fallen out of having that happen. In 2006, I came here as a graduate assistant, and I worked in the communication department teaching courses here and then also helping with the forensics team. And in 2008, up until the winter of 2011, from that time I went to Wayne State to go get my PhD in communications. The one thing that's so great about being in Eastern Michigan, and it's kind of another tradition you can't say that another school has, is that we have some of the richest history of faculty that are working with us. We have our first national champion here who is a professor in the department here. Her name's Judy Sturgis-Hill. And then also Ray Queel, who I came in and stepped in to take his position because he moved to start a debate team in the program, is here for me as a mentor. The director before him, Dr. Michael Tu, is also a professor in the department, and our department head was the first director of the individual events and forensics team here in the 1970s. The directions that I end up taking and what I use to kind of think about the program differently and give directions to the students means that I'm getting that advice from Ray Queel, Michael Tu, Judy Sturgis-Hill, Dennis Began, and seeing what worked for them, understanding what worked for them. And I like to think that I have my own flavor of the ways in which our students work and interact, but the philosophy is still there that we all should first and foremost be good people, that we should second be good students, and third be good forensicators. And in a recent meeting with our students, I asked them all about what it is that they wanted. What is it that they wanted to get out of this year? They wanted us to have the kind of year that we haven't had for a long time to celebrate together. They wanted to have all the work that they had pay off for them. I like to think that I help provide a little direction here and there, but they're really steering the ship. And from our discussion, we kind of learned that we are in a place with our talent, that we are in a place with our success, and that we are in a place with our work ethic, that we can get whatever we want. My goal is that we are satisfied and rewarded for the work that we've done. And I don't have a materialized end for that because there are so many types of accomplishments that can come out of that end goal. I just want each student that we have there to be satisfied at the end of the year.